What is up, everybody? Bear with me 1 second. Thank you for all being here. Bear with me. Here we go. Looking at the comments section. Alejandro's in the house. LFG. What's up, Alex? See, we're looking for CKB to bounce off the symmetrical triangle bottom trend line that began last March. Don't want to start closing days under 0.016. Well, let's get a quick look into what is going on here with the markets. First and foremost, I just want to thank everybody for the support more than ever. This YouTube channel has a long history behind it. It's been around a while, but I'm so thankful to have 10,000 subscribers. So thank you all for the support. I couldn't do this without any of you. So, 10,000 subs, I'm really kind of blown away and so excited that, we still have a long time together. And if you had asked me, a year ago, 2 years ago, that I'd have a channel that had 10,000 subs, that I would be doing daily TA almost, going on Crypto Wendio's show, stuff like that, I would have been so excited for the future. And I'm just kind of blown away by this wild ride. So bear with me 1 second here. Project Kami, guys. I sat down with Kiran from Project Kami, last week or a couple days ago. And man, we really created this nice interview. Kind of got to know them or Kiran on more of a personal level. I was able to just splice the interview together last night, got it uploaded. So that is coming out in about 50 minutes. So you guys will see that debut in 50 minutes. So thank you, Crypto Airborne. First one's on me. That kind of looks like minus 499, like you subtracted money out of my bank account. But just kidding. So thank you. Thank you all. I truly appreciate it. I'll quit blabbing here. But I truly appreciate, all the friendships, seeing everybody, even though sometimes I can't really get to the comments section to really engage with you guys. There's just so much stuff. So many comments that come in, especially when the market's pumping and you're getting 100,000 views a month. You can't keep up with it. But let's go ahead here and really look at the market. When I was in Crypto Wendy's show, I was able to just kind of skim over what I thought was kind of going on, but I really wanted to go into this a little bit more in depth with all of you. But we can see right now Bitcoin is trading at $38,210. This is a very interesting point for Bitcoin to really be at, because we can see that by measuring these lows from this last summer. These lows were bad, $30,000. And really, when we measure a Fibonacci retracement from these lows up to the highs we had enjoyed early November, man, this paints a very clear picture as to what could possibly be going on. And when we're looking at this weekly chart, folks, don't get me wrong, the 786 is a beautiful place to bounce if we get it. So I'm hoping that we get this bounce off the 786. I just don't want to see any candles close below this Ichimoku cloud on the weekly. For example, I don't want to see this candle here close below this $38,000 mark this Sunday. And I sure as heck don't want to see next week's candles, close below this level as well. So we're really in a multi-week play here with the market. But I wanted to just show you guys something here. And this is kind of what I'm excited for. So with all that said, let's go ahead and throw up a little Fibonacci time sequence. We'll just throw that up here. And what do you guys see? Well, we can see that in August, this Fibonacci time sequence predicted the exact week that price would top off and start reversing. What happened again? November 8th, we saw the same exact thing happen. So, with that said, what's going to happen now? I have a few theories on this. Either we're going to get the bounce right here and come back up and make these all-time highs again somewhere around March, and this might act as a retracement point. Or if we just sit around here and draw up this very nice trend line, where does that lead us to? Leads us right down to this $31,000 level, which would be playing off of this trend level, this trend line, excuse me, that we've seen Bitcoin really bounce off of historically. So there is a chance that, hey, if we don't get this bounce at 38,000, we may see this thing wander down to 30. And if things get really bad, I think, this 200 moving average, and I'm on the same page as Crypto Wendy on this. And I've talked about the 200 moving average before on this. But yeah, I do think that there might be a chance for this low $20,000 Bitcoin. So when we take that all into perspective, we may in fact be dealing with something else on a grander scale. So let's just say that maybe we get the bounce here. Well, at that point in time, we'd have a gigantic head and shoulders form, and this might be the play that strips us down to 20,000, maybe sometime by Mayish, somewhere in there. We just don't know until we know, right? But I do think that, I'm not worried, even though we've seen this crazy retracement, and it's not crazy. Like Wendy had pointed out in the show, we saw like a 55% retracement from April to June or whatever. And here we're only at like 45%. So, when you start thinking this 55,000 or 55% level, that's kind of right in line with, okay, there we go. Thanks, Firewall. That's kind of in line with this lower trend line. I mean, I could see this really coming down to this $29,000-$30,000 level. Now, I suspect a lot of you guys are here for CKB, and maybe we'll do some VGX. Let's see what we got here. So me, thank you. Okay, we haven't done VGX yet. We will, and we're going to do CKB next. But I just kind of wanted to point a clear picture of where this thing is going, possibly. And this is the biggest word of the day. Not financial advice. These are just possibilities, and basically just, high finance speculation is all we're doing here. So let's really take a quick peek at the bee's knees, CKB, right? Here it is. And this, don't even get me started right now, folks. This broke my heart. I've been loyal to CKB, and I feel like, I'm kind of been cheated on here a little bit, because we saw price actions at 0.0167 right now, which, if we look at this, is right about here on the candle wick. So, man, I am hoping. Let's just look at this on the daily, and we'll check QNT too. So we can see that this thing is really kind of doing some work right now. But I do think that there is a possibility that even if we violate this huge mega trend line that we've all really gotten comfortable with, this trend line here around this 0.015, 0.016-ish level, if we start breaking this blue trend line here, I'm going to be worried. So I'm hoping that with CKB, we can maybe, at the worst, if we see this thing come down, my goodness, TradingView, everybody's on TradingView right now because of the market. So their servers and stuff are pretty slow. So please forgive me if this thing is choppy. I'm hoping, this is what I'm hoping for. If we really blow through this line here, I'm hoping that this just ends up being some sort of scam wick, but it is what it is. So CKB, like I said, I'm really expecting this thing to trade right now. Oh man, I'm just going to clear this chart for my own sanity, and let's just throw this up. Man, it is what it is. If we really lose a foothold of the 61.8, even this 0.0137-ish level may really be the next stop for CKB. And that would be kind of right in line with some of these support levels that we are seeing here. We can see how price action has really kind of supported and resisted these price points here in the past. So it wouldn't be surprised. It would be very disappointing to see that. We can look at the silver lining in this right now. Is this thing setting up to give us some sort of, falling wedge or something like that? Your guess is as good as mine, folks. So that's really CKB right now. I would definitely watch this penny and a half area to boot. So really, let's go ahead and check out VGX right now, because that one was looking good. This really was looking good. And to be honest, I don't know how much farther away from the Ichimoku cloud price action can get on this daily. This thing absolutely crushed this falling wedge. This is a decent setup, but Bitcoin just kind of dragged it out of spec. So right now it's currently sitting at $1.97. And big shout out to all the heroes today. I had my Friday buy go through. Did you? So I am slowly adding. I think I probably picked up, I don't know, maybe $300 or $400 worth of VGX this week so far. But here we are at these levels that we saw over the last summer. So I think if VGX, if things get really bad, we may see some lower prices. Let's just look at that. And you know what? When I start throwing up some of these Fibonacci retracements, one of the things that I'm looking for and looking at is a 786 and the 127. Those are my two favorite points for reversals to happen. Maybe even the 61.8 here and there. But we are so close to this reversal point here. It's not even funny. $1.91 quite possibly. We may see Voyager drift down to. But let's just go ahead and I'm just curious right now if maybe we can go ahead and spot any time sequence that has any relevance to what we're seeing right now. And I'm trying to detect if there is any time sequence that's going to indicate some sort of reversal in here. So I just kind of ran some measurements there that I wasn't too happy with. I mean, this actually looks halfway decent. And let's look at this time sequence in hindsight, folks. We can see that Fibonacci time sequence really predicted a swing here. We had a little bull pennant, a little bull flagpole with a symmetrical triangle form here back in December. Fibonacci time sequence said, okay, there's going to be some movement happening. December 3rd, look what happens. Okay, took this leg down, symmetrical triangled out. Okay, what happened? Fibonacci time sequence said there's going to be some movement that's going to happen. Boom. We came down to these levels here. This one didn't really indicate much. Here we go again. So we can kind of see that there was somewhat of a little symmetrical triangle. Didn't predict it down to the day, but within a couple days, that there was going to be some price movement. So I would say we're, shooting 8 out of 10 time sequences here, or 9 out of 10. I think there's, a 70 to 80% chance that January 27th may in fact be a halfway decent reversal point. So if we can keep resisting this $1.91 level, what's going to happen is we're going to see some sort of descending triangle or symmetrical triangle form off this nasty bear leg, and we might see price bounce. Because what I like about VGX right now, even though this candle is, you know, is super red and super bearish, this is a huge candle. Is that, hey, we're so far away from the Ichimoku cloud that this thing's going to start reeling price action back towards it. And I think there's a solid chance that this thing could maybe come up and recheck this 50 moving average. We don't have a 200 moving average on here just yet. So I'm really going to try to find out, you know, if maybe we have a 150. We do. Okay, interesting. So I'm very interested by this. In fact, on the daily chart, you can see how Voyager token has almost death cross. So maybe we'll be seeing this official death cross happen somewhere, within the next few days. And if you guys didn't catch my video I did last week on death crosses, go back and check it out because a lot of times when people start talking the death cross, the damage is not all the time. Sometimes the damage is already done, and it actually ends up being a very nice reversal point. So the fact that we're seeing this here so close to this time sequence, it's giving me some hope. Giving me some hope. So right now, give VGX a week and the market a week, and we have a smiley face here. And that's my whole take on Voyager right now. Let me just check these comments here. Everything is so delayed from YouTube to StreamYard. That's what I use. Let's see what we got. There is one coin that I said we could check out. Let's see. Alejandro says, feel like they're forcing a head and shoulders on Bitcoin. Yeah, I can see that. Absolutely can see that. Getting whacked by Yokai Swap. The liquidity pool is killing it for me until yesterday. Well, yesterday I moved a good chunk of my CKB into Yokai just to farm it and stuff like that. So let's see what we got here. Quant. So we'll check out Quant, and then we'll look at Celer, and then we'll look at Crypto Airborne's Rash coin. Crypto Airborne, you want me to send you a link to come into this live stream? Let me know. Let me know in the comments section. I'll send you a link. So let's look at Quant, guys. And Quant Q, is it QNT? And it's been a while since I've studied Quant. Okay. So this is interesting. The last time I was, all right, so bear with me. If you want to come on the stream right now and celebrate the 10K, let me know in the comments. And then we'll figure it out. Bear with me 1 second, guys. I am just going to send Crypto Airborne this invite here. Get him in. Let's see here. Bear with me 1 second. I know this is hurting you guys. There we go. All right. Here we go. All right. I know I'm just saying, here we go, and all right. Done. All right. I just sent Airborne an invite to get him in there. All right. So let's look at Quant. And so the last time, guys, I was talking Quant, you can obviously see what I was doing here. I was speculating that, hey, there was a Gartley pattern that had formed, and I was speculating that price would come down to around this $198 level. Well, you can see exactly what happened. It did just that. And it kind of bottomed off here, but I'm very curious to see where this thing ended up. So yeah, this is kind of where I was. Where was I speculating? Must have been right in here. So yeah, you can see that this line here was kind of where I was speculating price would fall to. It came within the ballpark, but yeah, Quant is taking a huge beating right now. My goodness, this thing was just at $166 dollars on January 16th. Looks like we've got Airborne in the house. What's up, Airborne? Thanks for joining on such short notice. Seen you in
Yeah.
the comments section. I gotta
What's
throw my
going
my earbuds in quick.
Okay. What's up, guys? I've been crying in my basement all week. I haven't put out a video. I might be putting out one in a little bit, but
Yeah, he has.
the market, man. It's
I think you
crazy.
mean, you've been crying in your mom's basement.
Yeah. I finally got the basement finished and I added a little American flag to hide the fuse panel or the breaker panel.
I love it.
I just got to
I
iron it
love
out.
it.
But yeah,
Yeah,
congrats on 10,000 subs, man.
thanks,
Well
man.
deserved.
It's been such a long journey, to say the least. But it is what it is. It's just
Dude,
hopefully we can continue to grow and keep this great community going. I just feel like everything's just gone without a hitch. Just the connections and people that you meet are just
insane.
well worth anything. I mean, anything more. So yeah, here we've got Quant. If we just go ahead and throw up a little basic Fibonacci retracement, and you can see that this thing did come down to the 127, couldn't hold it. So the next logical point is the 161.8, or better known as the golden ratio at $106, somewhere in there. I do think that's where we'll kind of see Quant end up. And if I had to take a guess at, bear with me, if I had to take a guess at what Quant's going to do, it may end up forming some sort of descending triangle right off this golden ratio. And if the market perks up, we'll see it pop to the upside back up to these $187 levels. But man, if the market gets crazy freaky, $70. So that's kind of where we're at. I would look for some support around this $106 level on Quant. So that's kind of a nail biter with Quant right
That's
now.
crazy. I got in early. Well, not early, but I got in around $95 right
Oh, you
before
did.
it took off.
Oh, nice.
I can't believe it.
That's freaking
But
sick.
I've sold off a lot. So quick story. So I used a lot of my profits from Quant to buy a lot of the miners that I have because I
Nice.
know I bought in a couple. Well, actually, I had like 40 plus Quant, I think, at one point. And then it ran up to what, like 300 something, I think. And then I cashed out. So I used a lot of that profit to buy the miners. But I think the circulating supply or the max supply Quant is actually pretty low. That's why the price
Okay.
is so high. But I don't know anything fundamentally about it.
Interesting. Yeah. Thank you, Altcoin Radar. Do appreciate the kind words. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Let's take it. I mean, that's the way to do it. I mean, make obscene profits, roll it into crypto miners. I mean, so what? It's
I think it was one of the ones that Elizabeth suggested that I took.
was it?
Just like QuickSwap was the other one, but I don't even know what QuickSwap is right now.
Nice. Yeah, I don't either. See, somebody's asking for Celer. Then we'll look at PYR. Says, look at Celer, beautiful pattern, looking for a massive move soon alongside Matic when we recover. Well, let's take a quick peek at Celer. You know anything about celery, Airborne? You there?
Celer? Yeah,
Celery?
I was on mute. No, I'll be straight up honest. I know Crypto TA covers it a lot, but fundamentally, I don't know anything about Celer.
Yeah, me either. Yeah, Crypto TA is definitely the authority to go to on this coin. You know, just this classical Elliott wave theory movement to the upside couldn't be more perfect. As a result, we can see that this thing is starting its little corrective wave to the downside. So I think that, man, right now, if we really wanted to look at this, I'm just so I'm having a little problem with this right here. I'm almost wondering if we might be seeing the corrective wave kind of play out like this uh, to the downside. But after all, we can see that this thing just death crossed back on December 27th. So, there might be some prep work where Celer is starting to kind of get ready. I'm not that familiar with this coin, but I can see that, there is a strong staircase trend line, um, or price action, and this very nice trend line. So I think that even if we see Celer kind of do one of these things here, uh, as long as we can hold this trend line, things possibly could be looking pretty dang good for Celer. I'd like to go ahead and just throw up a little Fibonacci channel on this because I'm curious to see what channel this is trading in right now. If I had to guess, this thing's probably messing around with the 50% Fibonacci channel just by the looks of it. So let's throw this up. And here's the 50% right here. And it looks like it is messing with the 50% channel. See that, guys? I can visualize all this stuff in my head before I even throw it on the screen. So, whether or not we hold this point here, as anybody's guess, it kind of I'm kind of looking at this like, okay, we've got a solid floor here. This could be a neckline. We've got a higher point here. This could be the head of a head and shoulders pattern that could be forming something, something very, oh man, something very similar to if I can ever get TradingView to cooperate.
Is it
Uh,
is it just TradingView? Because I know you always have issues. Like even on Crypto Wendy's thing, it was like slow. Is it is it like your computer, or is it
so
everyone
I've
having this?
got, yeah, I think it might be everybody. I'm not sure. It could be the computers, but um, I've had issues like that before, even on I've got two computers in my house. One is an absolute super computer. It can do and process whatever you want. It's for like video production is what it gets used for. So very powerful. And then I've got another computer here on my set, which it's a very powerful computer as well, but not as powerful. But I've experienced the same types of glitches on my other computer as I have with this one. So it is what it is. We got Marcos in the house. Thank you, Marcos. You didn't have to do that, brother. Uh,
Man, Rash Cream's
appreciate.
getting a lot of attention. You might have to pull that one up next.
Yeah, yeah. the the logo will just be a picture of your face. But yeah, we're getting a lot of nice comments here. Uh, yeah, thank you, Underdog.
What's
But
the membership thing you have? I know I see that on my channel, but I don't know too much about that. Is it like a
yeah, so I haven't really announced much with that yet. I'm still kind of working on like a business plan on how I want to build that out. But it's going to be more of a place where people can just kind of learn about these patterns if they have questions, things like that. I do have the Patreon account as well. That's just more for people that want to support the channel. But if there's people that want to learn about the style of trading that they see on this channel, that's the place to go is the membership. And I priced it as low as I could price it because at the end of the day, I'm not really in it to make money off people. I genuinely want to help people. So I definitely think that we could see Celer here uh, come on down to around this 5.5 cent level. If it drops through this Fibonacci channel line here, I don't see it really. And I mean, I suppose it could come up to this 0.09 cent area, but with the the way the market's moving, it's just a tough one here. I would say this thing's going to trade in between 0.09 and 0.057. And I know that's a terrible answer because that's such a wide range. It just depends on what happens right here. Are we going to see this other run up back up to this level? We certainly could. We certainly could see it just looking at this 4 hour chart. Price action is pretty far away from this Ichimoku cloud. So there is a chance that we could see this thing maybe run up a couple cents before it comes down. So that's kind of where I'm at with Celer. Like I said, Crypto TA, he's got his finger on the pulse with this events happening with the with Celer, stuff like that. Let's see here. Let's look at the charts. Man, I don't think we've done too many lives this early in the day at all. So
Yeah, we're usually nighttime live streamers.
yeah,
I'm
definitely.
debating on having one tonight. I know I usually do like a VGX Heroes hangout, and I haven't put out any content this week. It's just I don't know.
So here it says I've got still at the
Oh,
9,999.
someone unsubscribed from me.
Oh,
Oh,
someone rug pulled me.
that's funny.
That's funny as hell. So
Yep.
we're not.
Fake news, guys. Fake news.
You guys got me. So yeah, let's look at a couple more and then we'll wrap this up. We've got Marcos looking for KDA Airborne. I saw your text on that. That was exciting news for you. So we'll look at StormX next, and then we'll get to Marcos. So STMX. Oh man. Yeah, so StormX, you can see where Crypto Airborne sold here and just plummeted the
Not
market.
financial advice, but I did sell some StormX,
Yeah, for sure you did.
a decent bag, but yeah.
Yep. So it's StormX is looking. Yeah, I think this thing is going to wander on down, possibly to the around this penny level. Let's just look at this from here. Yeah, it's looking really grim for StormX. I'm just gonna pull this down to see. Yeah, this might be where we need to be looking. 0.0135 ish is the next stop for StormX. We can see that it is really tangled nicely with these Fibonacci retracements. So it is obeying that support and resistance along these levels. So that is a wonderful thing. Trying to figure out when this thing's going to reverse, that's a whole nother can of worms. But I think the 786, right around this 0.0135 ish level, may be a halfway decent point to maybe throw a little bit of it in, throw a little in. But basically what we're seeing here after this massive run up that StormX had is this ABC corrective wave that basically, man, this thing went from 0.002 up to almost 10 cents. So crazy madness happened there.
Yeah, I sold off a decent sized bag and for a loss. So I think my average was like 3 cents. I was buying a bunch because I kept thinking it was going to go up, and then you know,
It
I don't know.
sucks.
I don't know. I don't really want to
That's
get into StormX right now, but they got their debit card coming out in a Coinbase listing. They got their, they're known for utility token for the cashback rewards and stuff. So take advantage of that. I definitely think it's good, but community wise, I don't think it has a strong community behind it, like the VGX Heroes community and whatnot.
They
And then
don't.
people talk about their Discord and how if you talk about price action that they'll kick you out of their Discord and stuff. I've heard some crazy stuff. So it's like, why do you really want to be a part of something like that? It's debatable, but just my
I've heard
opinion.
that with them too. Yeah, if you come in there and start asking the wrong questions, I've heard that too in that Discord. So Fibonacci time sequence. This time sequence here from measuring this swing low to this swing high isn't really telling us squat. But there is a time sequence that is showing up January 30th. Now, I did find a time sequence, if you guys didn't see the beginning of this video, with Bitcoin, which is right around, or no, it was Voyager token, right around the 27th. I've got this feeling that there might be some sort of shift of momentum right around uh, this, you know, late January, like within the next 9 days or
Yeah, that's
so.
funny. Not to get too sidetracked, but I know what's his name? Steve Ehrlich, the CEO of Voyager, he's going to be going on Rob from Digital Asset News on the 31st of this month. So I don't know if there's going to be an announcement he's going to do on his channel or something, but that's kind of funny because around that time sequence, I mean, it could be completely wrong.
Yeah. That's
Maybe,
interesting stuff. Yeah. I
yeah,
mean, it's just amazing how everything just works in these natural rhythms of the universe. I like to just say people think that I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, when you can deploy a, Fibonacci on, a chart or, in some real life situation, uh, and it recognizes all these different points like the 61.8, the 786, and the yeah, I'm not going to get into it, but long
yeah,
story short, long story short, I think StormX going down to 786 at 0.0135. Look for a reversal around the 30th. Let's look at
Kadena. I don't even
Kadena.
know how to say it.
I mean, the last time it looks like we were looking at this, there was some sort of symmetrical triangle that formed December 31st. December 31st, we had this very nice bull flagpole with a nice, pennant style formation happen, and the bottom gave way. So this thing had this monstrous run from 33 cents up to $28. And this is like what I'm going to expect Voyager token to do is just make a move, something like this someday. So that's why I'm holding on to my Voyager. Not just shilling Voyager either. I like it. It's a
Yeah,
decent coin. So for right now, we can see that this is a double bottom right now, technically, with this big scam wick here and this price action here. And the $6.24 range might be an important point for Kadena to reverse that. If it doesn't, man, this thing could be in for a world of hurt. I'm just curious here. Part of me here with Kadena is thinking, right now I'm seeing this point here to this point here. I'm thinking Gartley. I'm thinking Gartley pattern right now with this. So I just want to do a super high level, technical look at this very quickly because I'm interested in this. So I'm thinking if I measure from here up to here to here, oh, this is gonna get interesting, folks. Okay. Man, I mean, I could 161.8. There's the 127. I could see this possibly, and I could see this possibly playing out like this. These numbers are somewhat close to what we need to see for a bullish Gartley pattern. It's not exact. So take this with a grain of salt. We are going to measure this second hump here. And what I'm looking for is price action to really kind of come right up to this 61.8 level, which it did. So this is a great thing to see. And like I said, I'm not going to spend all day trying to perfect the XABCD pattern on here because we just don't have enough time. Because in 12 minutes, my video that I did, the interview with the Kami founder, Kieran, airs. So we got to make sure we check that out here in 10 minutes. He's such a cool guy. I really enjoyed talking to the Project Kami founder, or one of them, I should say. It
You got
was,
two super chats too for two
do I?
TAs for Adax and Aries. I've never
Okay.
heard of them.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Yep. Just in time. You came in just in time because I was going to end this stream here very quickly.
That's
So we'll do
funny.
these two next, and then we won't be doing any more after that. But this one is interesting because when I look at this Gartley pattern, to the downside here, what I'm looking for is price action to hit this 61.8, but not go lower than the 786. Now, I don't know if this is an accurate wick. TradingView has a history of you know, not the best data. So with that said, I do think that we might be able to disqualify this wick just in this case, but price action came down right kind of where we wanted it for the most part. And now what is it that we're trying to do? Well, we're trying to identify, where we can attempt to possibly catch that knife. And I'm going to be looking for this 127% level right down in here, or possibly the 61.8. So we're going to measure from point B up to point A. Ooh, shit. So I think Kadena, man, this thing could be well on its way down to around the $3.26 level. Take that with a grain of salt, like I said, because I really didn't have all the time in the world to really go through and perfect this XA BCD pattern. But it, as of right now, it kind of looks like we may, in fact, be seeing something right around that $3.50 level, quite possibly. So let's hit up just in time. We got Adax. Let's give that. Okay, damn, Adax. Is there a different? Is the ticker for that just Adax?
Yeah, I'm on CoinGecko. It just says Adax. Adax.pro is the website. Cardano scan. So it must be something on Cardano, I think.
Yeah. So looks like we can measure this in Bitcoin and Cardano. Looks like we can measure this from Cardano to Bitcoin dominance. Um, so I do apologize. I try to get you that $2 back on this. The next one we'll do is Aries, and we'll get into that in just a second after we discuss this.
Oh, so Adax is a DEX, another DEX that's
That
going to
is
launch on Cardano in 8 days.
excellent, excellent. So from this, let's just kind of take a quick peek at this. I like drawing trend lines, stuff like that.
What if you
Uh,
just open it up on like CoinGecko? You won't be able
I
to
could
chart
try.
anything, but
Yeah, yeah. For now, it does look like ADAX, as far as dominance is concerned to Bitcoin, it might be in the stages of losing some of that dominance, and it wouldn't surprise me to see this thing gain some strength again, maybe come the end of March, April. If this thing does turn around, we may see ADAX kind of do one of these if the markets kind of turn around, and that would be a very nice setup for possibly a inverse head and shoulders to move to the upside. As you can see, guys, the the strength of ADAX to Bitcoin increased in. That's a nice increase here that we're looking at. So bear with me 1 second here. I'm trying to find my ruler. I mean, this thing shot up 1,000+%. So I do think that this thing could possibly be getting ready to lose its value until around March. I wish I could do more TA on this, but it's just not possible.
it says it's not even on TradingView, at least on
Okay.
CoinGecko.
Okay.
Um,
So here's Aries, and this is wrapped ETH. Do you know? Are you able to pull up what exchange this is on? This is
yeah,
on.
Aries is on MEXC Global. BKEX, Gate.io, Hotbit, Bitmart, and Uniswap, Aries, wrapped ETH pairing.
Okay.
Let me see if it has chart.
Yeah, so I'm able to pull up a chart here. And right now, this thing looks like, man, it looks like this thing has a decent symmetrical triangle formation here. It's testing out this 200 moving average right now. I'm not even gonna. I can't even pronounce this this dollar amount. It might not even be right because when I look at TradingView, it says a broker is not connected. So I'm not sure what they mean
It
by
shows
that.
it like a little over a penny on CoinGecko.
Okay, so I wonder. Yeah, man, there's just not really anything concrete here. I'm wondering if I'm wondering what the. You sure it's a penny, huh? ARES, wrapped ETH.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So take this with a grain of salt. I'm not sure which one is right, but it appears that price action is kind of pushing right up on this 200 moving average. Once we see I do think that this could possibly be setting up for a bounce to maybe move a little bit higher. Let's look at this quickly. We are running out of time. I would say that this thing could be gearing up to make a little bit of an increase, maybe at least a 2x possibly. Again, this is really shaky charting right now because I feel like we're being fed incorrect data here, just basically going off what Airborne was telling me about these prices and stuff like that. But I would definitely think that this thing is looking to try to bounce above this 200 moving average up over this Ichimoku cloud and quite possibly increase 50% possibly from here. Again, this all depends on the markets and stuff like that with Bitcoin. This is really shaky stuff for me. So I think we'll kind of wrap it up here. I wish I could have gone in depth more on those two for you just in time. Just hit me up on the next live stream if you get any more, and I'll do a couple on the house. And thank you, Airborne, for throwing this in the comments section in 4 minutes on my YouTube channel, folks. We will be, I should say, I will be debuting the interview I did with one of the Project Kami founders, Kieran, and I asked him some really good questions. Some questions were, about himself. Other questions were just more in depth about the project. So if you're not really up to speed on the whole Kami project, and this is not a sponsored video, I didn't receive any payments. I didn't receive any commies. I didn't nothing. I did this video because I was very interested in the project, and I'm just absolutely mesmerized by their NFTs.
Yeah,
So
I'm looking forward to it as well. Isn't Project Kami launching soon? Like the actual NFT project is launching within the next week or two?
yeah, it's launching on January 27th.
Okay.
So, and the price per Kami is going to be 5,555 CKB, which, hey, we've got some really low CKB prices right now.
Right.
So it might not be a bad, a bad
Yeah.
hold.
And there's
Excuse me.
10,000 of them, right? I
Yep.
think.
10,000. There's 9,999 that are available, or maybe there's 9,899 that are available because I do know that they reserve some for giveaways and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, check it out. Also, big shout out to Airborne. I wish I had your thing pulled up here, but let's see here. Yeah, thanks for coming on and helping out, man. I do
Yeah. Thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
And then yeah, we'll see you guys over on the YouTube channel. We've got Project Kami, which is getting ready to go live in 60 seconds. So we'll see you guys there. I'll see you guys over in the chat. YM Chats. YM Chap has already beat us there. So we'll see y'all. And thanks
See you
for
guys.
watching the live stream. Thanks again for 10,000. I'm at 9,999 again. So people be playing with my heart. All right. We'll see you guys in the chat of Project Kami. It's a 35-minute video, so try to tough it out. All right. Peace.